爱上雷神. Alright, so we are definitely gonna be pulling for E2 Final. And I feel that personally speaking, as someone that has been using E0 Final for the past 1 year, I deserve to get an early E2, right? I feel like I personally deserve it. As a matter of fact, you know what? Dawei should just have this brand new rule for every single rerun banner. There's no 50-50s. Because if I'm gonna wait 1 year to get an upgrade, right? Like, I should be rewarded for my patience. Not even just for Final, but for like any rerun in a Hoyo game, be it ZZZ, Wuwa. I mean, like, okay, like bigger gacha games, right? For all reruns, they should just make it mandatory that there will be no 50-50s. So it will actually reward players who have the patience and mental fortitude that did not succumb to FOMO and essentially get a discount. Like, if you think about it, iPhones, for example, right? Like, if I were to buy an iPhone 17 right now at market price, then it is what it is. But if I'm going to buy an iPhone 17 1 year later, when iPhone 18 comes out, they should give like at least like 20 or 25% discount, right? So hopefully that will be the case going forward. Maybe Dawei listens to this stream and it will essentially happen. Yo, help me get that clip, by the way. Help me get that clip. Thank you. It's a brilliant idea, I know. That's why they can call me Mr. Gacha. But chat, today is a very, very nice day because we have E2 Final Showcase, and I am legitimately contemplating if I should get E2 Cyrene for my free-to-play account. Because the way I see it, I skipped Mblade. Right? I didn't get Mblade for my free-to-play account. It's a little bit reminiscent of me making the conscious decision of skipping Bubbin back when Tribi had his first banner, and it was with Bubbin's rerun. So, cost-wise, having that 2-cost upgrade to my free-to-play account with E2 Cyrene would actually allow me to split up my Mimo slot team and activate E0 Mblade as a better team tree compared to, for example, E0 Dherda. Because a lot of time I have been using E0 Mblade as my third team. But bro is really, really getting held back. Because even if I were to split Cyrene up, the charge on an E0 Air0 Mblade is like really, really slow. Whereas for my main Mimo slot team, I already have E2 Casters and E1 Ebonite. So in terms of cost, having +2 on +2 on Cyrene to split up into Team 1 Mimo slot, Team 2 E1 Archer, Team 3 Mblade is like more cost efficient compared to if I were to pull for E2 Himeko. Right? Because if I were to get E2 Himeko, that's bare minimum 4 cost. Assuming we get E2 S1, and there might even be even more cost in the future if Himeko gets her own Ceridra, similar to Final. So, wouldn't it make more sense for my free-to-play account to spend 2 costs and make use of a DPS I already have, which is Mblade, and then save up the rest of my costs for version 5? Because I can already safely skip Elation, since I don't really have a single Elation unit. I skipped Mblade and Asheville. So I essentially I legitimately skipped the entirety of version 4. And I only put for version 3 characters. So like E1 Ebonite, right? E1 Archer, maybe E2 Archer if we get ourselves a selector. Rin, if Rin is gonna be an Archer upgrade. So that's like the only other thing. And then we just focus on our version 3. So I'll pretend that version 4 didn't even exist. And then I'll position my free-to-play account straight for version 5. Like, does that make sense? Or do y'all think I should just get
I waited an
E2
entire
Himeko?
version for this ever since the Phenom Files Absolute Cinema.
Yo, I know Bobby Wobby has been waiting for this for so fucking long, right? We're absolutely gonna do it. But I feel like I'm making sense, right? For like my free-to-play account. Because as of right now, if I am not mistaken,
Only
okay, wait.
1 year of Marcel.
Let me just check how many pools I have on my free-to-play account. But I think it's like quite a bit. Yo, Halo, thank you so much for the 1 year. Bro, Bob can get E2 Cyrene and still have like 400 pools left. Okay, wait, give me a second, Let me just hop on and like verify the exact number of pools that I have right here. Oh my god, Tor, thank you so much for the 5 months.
It's been 5 years.
Actually, it's 5 months, but thank you so much for the 5 months. I really, really, really appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Wait, give me 1 second. I'm logging in. Alright, and after we finish up off our God Rail slop at the start, so it's gonna be our E2 final, maybe pulling for E2 Cyrene, showcasing both of their performances. Then we are gonna be hopping on to my favorite gacha game of all time, exclamation NTE. Oh my goodness, because exclamation NT is gonna be having the Chaos banner out right now. So we will be taking a look at that update later on at exclamation NT, which is in fact the greatest gacha game of all time. So tank, why is the chat not here? Ah, okay, there we go. Let me get that. Where is the, there we go. Alright, okay. I believe we have.
Bah.
Holy shit, there's a lot. Yo, Nai Roxu, thank you so much for the 4 months. But is but wait, hold up. 7,796 divided by 160 plus 45. Holy shit, chat. We have 537 pools as a complete free-to-play. I have not spent a single one of this shit since E1. Oh my god, you know what's the best part about pulling for like Cyrene? If we want to pull for Cyrene. Ah, wait, it doesn't work. Bro, I was thinking of like sneaking in a couple of like pity pools to get this. Ooh, you know what I'm saying though. Wait, what is our pity on this? Shit, our pity is pretty high. Wait, is that our last light cone that we ever put? Wow, our last light cone that we have ever put on our free-to-play account was literally like 6 months ago. Look at the amount of discipline that Bob has, bro. We have not touched the light cone for 6 months. 6 months later, we come back and we pull on Cyrene's light cone banner again. Bro, that is quite crazy, bro. I feel like we should, right? Okay, worst come to worst, if we get an early, I could just give it to RMC. No? Right, I could just give this to RMC, no? So I give 1 copy for Cyrene, 1 copy for RMC, and then Hyacinth still with the S1. I feel like that makes sense, right? Get Final like, bro, my free-to-play account is not playing Final, bro. I would say I might consider putting on Finals like on if my free-to-play account plays Break Slop. But he doesn't play Break Slop. So this is objectively the best choice. Because I could, if I get early, right? If I get early, I could split this up and then I'll give this to RMC. Okay, chat, tell me why I shouldn't get E2 Cyrene on my free-to-play account. Are there any arguments in which I should not get E2 Cyrene? Because I'm free-to-play. Oh, so free-to-play can't have islands. Oh, okay. I see. Does E2 Cyrene improve my day after the out? The E2 Cyrene is less so improving my day's damage, but more so getting the ultimate ASAP, because it saves us like a lot of action value. So we can clear the time limit a lot faster. So that's it. You can wait for live stream to see which rerun to see if they are interesting to pull for. As long as you have enough, we definitely have enough for Rin. Like 100%. I'm not sure if we get E1 Rin, but we definitely have enough for Rin. Like bare minimum E0 S1. So that is not an issue. The only other unit that might be a competition to E2 Cyrene is E2 Himeko. But like I mentioned, E2 Himeko is like a pretty costly upgrade. Because we need to get E2 Himeko. And then eventually when Saruja comes out, like the Saruja for Himeko comes out, we need to get that as well. And if she gets like a dedicated sustain, then we need to get it as well. So it's pretty expensive. And with version 5 so close, which is within 6 months, I'm not sure if I'm comfortable committing for like an E2 Himeko, essentially. Is Bob getting Gilgamesh? Ayo, what do you think? Yeah, well, yeah, I don't know about it. Himeko could use my Sunday. Where is my Himeko? Oh wait, my account doesn't even have a Himeko, huh? Damn, that's homeless, bro. Okay, pretend this is Himeko. Alright, pretend this is Himeko. If I have a Himeko on my free-to-play account right now, it will be Sunday. I could use the selector for wealth. And I slap on like a DHPD sustain.
The gong... the gong rings loud, performers crowd round.
Wow.
Hey, that sounded pretty good.
Oh, that's so cute. Yeah, that's so cute. Yeah, like, I think that could be a way, right? Because I don't have a wealth, but I do have a lot of standard boosts. I think my free-to-play account has like more than 200 standard boosts, if I'm not mistaken. Peep. Bro, I'm hoarding for HSR2, bro. I love being a fucking hoarder. So, like, my bonus reward is at 140. So, I bare minimum get myself, like, one more copy of Well Yang. But I just never really committed that much. Because what if they add, like... Bro, imagine if they add D Herda to the pool, bro. Because she's so fucking useless, right? Bro, they add D Herda to the standard pool after, like, 1 year. That would be an incredible upgrade. You know what I'm saying? They never will. How do you know, bro? Because Genshin updated their standard pool, right? So if Genshin can update their standard pool, why would God Real not update their standard pool? I feel like it's just a matter of time, bro. They add ratio. Oh my goodness. Wait, I actually can see them adding ratio. Bro, I can see them adding Argenti. They add Argenti and ratio to the standard pool. It is like a super real possibility. I think you should get E2 Mimi first and see if you have enough Jades for Himeko Nova. Oh, that's hella fucking greedy, bro. That is really, really greedy. If I get E2 Cyrene, right? Okay, let's just say I get her in like 150 pools, which is like above average. Okay, 160. So like assuming we won both our 50-50s, 160. Then I'll be left with 377 pools. Alright. That's 377 pools. 377 pools. If I also account E0 as 1 win, let's just say it takes 150. Alright, we win 50-50 and we win 75-25. So 150. There's 227 left. Alright. Because I'm definitely getting win. Right. Because if she is an outer support, I'm definitely getting win. So with only 227 pools left, it's very, very risky to go for E2 Himeko. Because if at any point of time I lose, then it's not worth it to chase anymore. Because I can't just swipe on a free-to-play account, right? Like the moment you hit, like the worst case scenario is like, I win my first 50-50 on Himeko, and then I lose the second. Then I'm gonna be ending up with a E0 Himeko, which means that I cannot fully go all in for the E2. And I would probably need to pivot into a E0 Himeko plus a E0 Saridra, like the Saridra for the Himeko. So that will become the equivalency of playing E0 Final for 1 year. And then we wait 1 year for a Himeko rerun. That is like so fucking cool, bro. Because that at that point, right, those two costs, I might as well just go for version 5.
You
right?
played E0 Castors for over a year. Better to build a team over E2. Get it on the run.
I feel like I am making like a lot of sense here as Mr. Star. Like as good as E2 Himeko is, if E2 Himeko is good, E2 Cyrene just makes more sense cost-wise as a free-to-play player. Let me take... Because I can make use of this. He is like a free DPS. Shout out to Baga player, right? God bro in the temple. And because of this free... He is like an accident. Right? He is like an accident child when your parents didn't want him. And then bro just popped out. But somehow this accident has been giving us like hella value in all of our endgame content. Sometimes even more than D Herda and Nexa. Right? So because of that, if I were to get that E2 Cyrene, it will become a very nice team of... Okay, wait. This is my current Mimo slot, right? It will become a very nice team of this. So I kill Sunday. I slot in Cyrene. And then actually I could keep Sunday. It's fine. So it's something like this because we have E2. Then Gallagher sustain. And then for my Mimo slop, I could just run this. Alright. Like this team is still really, really good. Then it'll be this, plus this. Then third team is gonna be this. Where is Rin? Okay, like this. Alright. I think this is the best way I can build about my 3 teams. 12 unique characters for the lowest number of costs. Do I make sense or do I make sense? 2 more costs for plus 2 AV. Dude, this is gonna save a lot more than 2 AV, bro. This is gonna save a lot more than 2 AV. Using E2 Cyrene to support Mblade is cooked. Why though? Too bad you skipped Cyrene. Honestly, facts. This guy is like the biggest fucking mistake I made on my free-to-play account. Because we got psyopsed by the Sunday agenda pushers. If we actually got Cyrene, Mblade would be a better team. A Nexa would be a better team, bro. Right? A Nexa with Cyrene would be an incredible fucking team, actually. If we had Cyrene. But that is not going to happen anymore. Actually, as a matter of fact, I mean, this team's not that bad. Right? It's not that bad. Especially with E2 Cyrene, I think this team's not that bad. But Cyrene would have been an infinitely more valuable pool than Sunday. But I will acknowledge that we made that mistake. It's fine. Because God Real is a game where even if you make one mistake, it's not the end of the world. And I'm kind of glad that I also got Sunday's S1. Like, this S1 is going to give us quite a bit of value, especially if I can slap this onto my Archer team. So I don't really regret it by that much. It is a lot better than... Okay, I feel like me making this one mistake with Cyrene, number one. It's like the stock market, right? You make one mistake by buying one wrong stock. It's not the end of the world, right? It's only the end of the world if you make every single possible mistake in your entire like investment career. So one wrong stock is okay. And the next step for my free-to-play account right now is to essentially log in what we have right here. And then from version 5 is then when we can open up the third team a little bit more. Because when version 5 comes out, I believe we can actually retire this team. So we'll pretend every single unit here in this lineup, it will no longer exist. We'll start from scratch. Brand new version 5 flagship. Or a version 5 final. Or like whatever version 5 is going to be. Then I move back my E2 Cyrene back into Mimo slop. Alright? And then this will be our tier 0 team. And then maybe our E1 tribute can see a little bit more play as like a wheelchair for the earlier versions for version 5. And then we'll eventually replace this out for like a dedicated slot for version 5. And then at that point is where I don't think we need to replace anyone here. Unless I want to do like sustainless E1 Archer, which I don't think is going to be the case. So I think this planning will work out pretty well, right? I feel like this planning will work out pretty well. Yo, what do y'all think, chat? I feel like this planning will work out very, very well. Roll standard, you will get limited pools as a refine, also see how many wells you can get. Weld pooling stream. Okay, the thing is, even if I get weld, right? Even if I get weld, how the fuck am I gonna use weld, bro? I don't have a team that necessarily needs weld. Because weld is just really, really good for sustainers. And I don't think Bob's speed standard is good enough for sustainers, bro. Himeko? Okay, but like that would mean I want to pull Himeko. Alright. But if I don't need a pull for Himeko, I don't need a pull for weld. Alright. Alright. Okay, and like, bro, be for real, right? Be for real. Even if weld is best in slot with Himeko, you really think MiHoYo is not gonna release a limited 5-star upgrade? Well, there's no way, bro. They will definitely release an upgrade to replace a fucking standard character, right? So weld is probably a super short form. It's a very short-sighted position that eventually in the future, you'll get another Cyrene upgrade. So yeah. Replace Sunday then. Okay, I legit think as much as we slander Sunday, I think Sunday will have a longer lifespan than Weld Yang. Purely because Sunday hasn't got a Noah Flare yet. Alright, and Goryo being Goryo, I feel like it's just a matter of time before he gets a Noah Flare. So I think that will be a more favorable position for a Himeko team, which means the reliance on Weld Yang is not as impactful. Unless I want to do sustainless Himeko, then maybe I slap on like a Weld. But also Weld's E0 baseline is very hard to justify. Like trying to snipe a E4 Weld from like pure standard boost is not a very easy task anyways. Alright. Either side is you further boost your Mimo Star to yeah, exactly. Okay, that's literally exactly what I just said, Elon Musk. Right? I literally just said the exact same thing. So like by version 5, it will look something like this. So I will dismantle my old team 1, split this up. So I take out the E2 Cyrene, put it back into Mimo Slot. So I'll have an E2, E0, E1, E2. And then I can continuously add on like 1 or 2 costs to a Remembrance team, making sure that they can keep up with the more difficult content as they shift away from like the Remembrance show. So I never ever need to like fully replace anyone, since we already have like a very, very good cost investment. The worst come to worst, if they really do replace someone over here, at least I didn't spend as much cost on a brand new team. Because this team is still working very, very well, especially with E2 Cyrene. Right? So that is going to be my thought process. If E2 Cyrene and Zenless still deal with the HP inflation, then you are Gucci. But if you have to pull the late 4.x banner, then it's good. It really depends if Hoyo wants to amp up Remembrance. Because Remembrance now is pretty nice even when Andy show. Bro, Remembrance now is completely chilling, bro. According to the, whatchamacall? According to our track record, right? We have never failed this, by the way. Which I think is very, very impressive. Not once has my Mimo slop ever failed to 3-star Anomaly. Which I think is legitimately fucking crazy. After having this team for like, at this point, a year, because we've put Casual since like day 1, right? I'm like very, very happy with Mimo slop. And they are not even at their final upgrade, because we have never activated E2 Cyrene. So the moment I add in another E2 Cyrene for King, it will be good. It will be completely fine. For at least, I would say like maybe like 6 to 7 months. That is when version 5 will start. And then we'll try to see like where do we go from our options from there, right? Also, I expect the worst. If I were to expect the worst, and there will ever be a time where I cannot clear 3 stars, it is 3 stars. It will never be a day where, okay, maybe it will come, but like for my Mimo slop to not clear, like legit not clear, is far, far, far away. Especially if I get E2 Cyrene. Because whether or not we 3-star Anomaly King doesn't really impact you as a free-to-play player anyways. The important thing is 3-starring endgame content that gives you premium chains. This 3-star thing is just for our ego, right? It's just for me as the greatest HSR free-to-play player to get this.
Do you think they will ever release a Remembrance character again? If so, Cyrene is timeless. Every single mem sprite works with her. If they don't, you can still make my day last way longer, or any ult-centric team.
If they do release another Mimo sprite unit, I don't really know who gets replaced, honestly. Because I have an E2 Casterus and an E1 Evernight. And unless the Remembrance is a sustain, there's just no replacing, bro. Did I get Idolins for Mblade? Yo, let me show you my Mblade, bro. Yo, let me show you my Mblade. Boom. Beautiful, bro. Alright, yep. I skipped Mblade as a complete free-to-play. Because it is... Oh, he's talking about my main account. Oops. Sorry. Yeah, I got E1 S1, right? Pulling on Cyrene will help out a lot with not picking Gilgamesh because Arlen is on raid up. I will literally ban you, bro. Bro, say one more Arlen versus Gilgamesh Slender, you are gone, right? Okay, enough is enough. Okay, but anyways, I think that was a pretty nice little discussion. Let me know what you guys think on the Clips channel, and I will see you guys on the Clips channel. Thank you, right? Okay, before we get on to Daily Village and Dear Book and everything, I will first hop on to... Okay, should we do E2 final pools first? I feel like we just do E2 final pools first. Because we are definitely getting E2 final. Then after we finish up our E2 final shit, then we see if we finalize getting ourselves an E2 Cyrene. So, yeah. You have cooled your last cool, my man.